Shut the up. I don't give a dude. Look at this. Look at this. He's fighting a professional boxer. Marvis Frazier fought Jake Paul. Jake Paul's dead. He's dead. He's not going to make it.
Joe Rogan didn't hold back after Jake Paul cancelled his highly anticipated fight with Mike Tyson. Fans were eagerly awaiting the clash between the boxing legend and the YouTube star turned fighter, but Jake abruptly pulled the plug, treating the cancellation like just another day's business. Known for not mincing words, Rogan was visibly frustrated by Jake's casual approach, especially when it comes to legends like Tyson. Respect for the sport and its icons is paramount to Rogan, and he made it clear that Paul had crossed a line. Rogan's verbal takedown was intense, calling out Jake's arrogance and lack of respect. For Rogan, cancelling on Tyson, one of boxing's most respected figures, is no small offense, and he's determined to make sure Jake understands just how big of a mistake he's made in the eyes of fans and fighters alike. Joe Rogan didn't hold back his frustration, saying, "Look, you can be an influencer, YouTuber, whatever, but when you step into the ring with a legend, you better respect the game." Jake Paul, however, seems determined to earn the title of biggest villain in the fight game right now. Things got messy when Jake abruptly cancelled his fight with Mike Tyson, a match fans were eager to see. To justify it, Jake started telling people he was too sick and injured to fight, playing the sympathy card and claiming his health wasn't up to par. But no one was buying it. Rogan, who values respect in combat sports, was the first to call Jake out. In a new podcast episode, Rogan went off, expressing disbelief and anger at Jake's excuses. For Rogan, this move crossed the line, especially when it meant bailing on an icon like Tyson. Joe Rogan wasn't buying any of Jake Paul's excuses and made it crystal clear in his latest podcast. He said, "If you want to act like a real boxer, then stop hiding behind these lame excuses." Rogan didn't hold back his disappointment. He was furious. For Rogan, cancelling on a legend like Mike Tyson is more than just unprofessional, it's disrespectful. He made it clear that Jake can't keep using his YouTuber background as a safety net while trying to present himself as a serious fighter. Rogan emphasized that in the fight world, true fighters show up no matter what's sick, injured, whatever comes their way. But Jake seemed more concerned with maintaining his influencer image than proving himself in the ring. This fight was supposed to be massive, with anticipation at an all-time high. It wasn't just any bout, it was set to be a defining moment that fans would talk about for years. But Jake's last-minute pullout left everyone disappointed, especially Rogan. The boxing world was on fire over the upcoming clash between Mike Tyson, one of the most feared fighters in history, and Jake Paul, the YouTuber-turned-boxing sensation known for knocking out opponents. Fans were counting down to November 15th, 2024, at T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, where the showdown was set to take place. The hype only intensified after the fiery August 18th press conference in New York City. Tyson looked ready to take Jake down, while Jake, true to form, was talking big, hyping himself as untouchable. The tension between the two was electric, with fans and media buzzing and tickets selling out faster than concert seats. Everyone was placing their bets, eager to see if Jake could stand his ground against the legendary Tyson.
It's just a matter of Mike Tyson closing the distance. This Mike Tyson, as fast as he was, as hard as he hits, I maintain he's the greatest.
Yeah.
The greatest heavyweight ever. Like that Mike Tyson, those fights were, you wanted to see executions. You didn't think anybody was going to.
Tyson. It wasn't just another fight, it was shaping up to be an unforgettable moment in boxing, with fans dying to see if Tyson would close the distance and show that he's still a force to be reckoned with. Joe Rogan's respect for Mike Tyson runs deep. He's practically the president of the unofficial Mike Tyson fan club. If you're familiar with Rogan's podcast, you know he holds Tyson in the highest regard, often calling him the greatest heavyweight of all time. Rogan has spent decades in combat sports, seen countless fighters, yet he still sees Tyson as a living legend. The admiration is unmistakable. Joe, probably...
Obviously, devastating news. I'm heartbroken, speechless, gutted. We've been working so hard over here, everyone in this camp, and I just feel bad for everyone involved in this event, the whole undercard. This opportunity has been ripped from all of us, but I do value Mike's health first and foremost. Love that guy, I have so much respect for him, and I want Mike to be healthy.
Even has a picture of Tyson on his wall at home. So, when Jake Paul, the YouTube star and self-proclaimed problem child, suddenly cancelled his fight with Tyson, Rogan wasn't having it. Rogan saw right through Jake's injury excuses, which didn't hold up. Leading up to the cancellation, Jake was all over social media posting videos of intense training, flexing on Instagram, and looking in peak shape. No signs of limping or rest, no indications of bad health. He appeared to be in his best form yet. So what's the real reason he backed out? If anyone has a reason to be cautious about health, it's Mike Tyson, who's approaching 60 yet still looks like he could take on anyone. Jake, on the other hand, has been flaunting his fitness, making his injuries seem dubious. Rogan wasn't convinced for a second, and he wasn't afraid to call out Jake for what he sees as blatant disrespect to a boxing icon. Mike Tyson, even pushing 60, is still in incredible shape, fit as ever, and looking like he could knock out an entire generation of boxers. Not once did he complain about health issues or pull back. In fact, Tyson made it clear he wasn't planning to show Jake Paul any sympathy in the ring. He wasn't going to go easy just because Jake's a younger YouTuber. Tyson wanted to prove that, even at his age, he could still stand toe-to-toe with the best, and Jake knew it. Then, just as fight night was approaching, Jake started pulling out mysterious health concerns and injuries that suddenly appeared, raising eyebrows everywhere. The timing couldn't have been more convenient. The fans started thinking the same thing. Jake didn't want that smoke. Tyson wasn't here to play nice, and Jake may have realized he was in for a serious beatdown, choosing to bail before the first bell even rang.
Day 2, we're getting ready for you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The excuses sounded weak, and the suspicious timing had the whole boxing world questioning Jake's guts. Joe Rogan's reaction was fiery and frustrated. You could feel his disappointment. Rogan, a veteran of combat sports, knows what it takes to step into the ring and truly earn respect. For Rogan, Jake's sudden withdrawal wasn't just unprofessional, it was an insult to the sport and the legacy of a legend like Tyson. Joe Rogan has seen what true warriors look like, fighters like Conor McGregor, Khabib, and Anderson Silva, real competitors who never back down from a challenge. So when Jake Paul pulled out of a fight against Mike Tyson, a legend who's over 50 and still ready to brawl, Rogan didn't hold back. Mike Tyson, even at 58, was preparing for this fight like it was his first. He trained relentlessly, hitting the gym with explosive combos, lightning-fast footwork, and his signature head movement. Tyson still has it all: the power, the precision.
But if that Mike Tyson from Marvis Frazier fought Jake Paul's dead. He's dead. He's not going to make it.
And that sharp jab, his brutal hooks, and the famous uppercut, known for ending fights in an instant, are still as dangerous as ever. Despite pushing 60, Tyson's punching power hasn't faded. He's still fast and strong enough to give any boxer nightmares. His work on the heavy bag is downright terrifying. Jake might have
beat Larry Holmes. I think that Mike Tyson is the best heavyweight of all time. I don't think anybody
thought he was stepping into the ring with an older man, but Tyson was training as if it were 1986 all over again. Rogan knows Tyson's capabilities better than most, and he made it clear if the Mike Tyson who fought Marvis Frazier had gone up against Jake, Jake wouldn't stand a chance. Tyson's skill and intensity remain unmatched, and Rogan believes Jake would be in serious trouble if he ever faced that level of power in the ring. For years, Joe Rogan has called Mike Tyson one of the scariest fighters in history. There was a time when even seasoned boxers were terrified to face Tyson, and that intimidating aura hasn't faded. So when Jake Paul cancelled the fight, it felt like he was disrespecting the legacy of a man who transformed heavyweight boxing, and Rogan's not about to let that slide. Tyson is, in Rogan's eyes, the greatest heavyweight of all time. When Joe Rogan speaks, the entire combat sports world listens. He's not just a podcast host, he's the voice of combat sports, a man who spent years calling UFC fights and breaking down legendary moments. So when Rogan criticizes Jake Paul, it holds weight.
A guy like a Jake Paul.
Right now, Joe sees Jake as more of a clout-chaser than a real fighter. Sure, Jake has made waves in boxing, but cancelling on a fight with Tyson, a once-in-a-lifetime chance, reveals where his priorities really lie. And Rogan isn't impressed. Backing out of a fight with Mike Tyson isn't what a serious boxer would do, and Joe Rogan didn't hold back in making that clear. He said, "Jake, if you're serious about boxing, you fight Mike Tyson, no questions, no excuses." Joe's point is simple. If Jake wants to be taken seriously, he has to stop dodging real challenges. Tyson, even at his age, is still hungry, still a force to be reckoned with, and he was ready to throw down. But Jake? He walked away before the fight even happened. Joe's criticism was tough, and he wasn't wrong. This was a chance for Jake to prove himself against a true legend, but he pulled the plug, leaving everyone disappointed. Now, we'll just have to see how it all plays out. So, fight fans, what are your thoughts on Jake Paul being called out by Joe Rogan? Drop your opinions in the comments below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more boxing news.